What's up, guys? So this is gonna be a video that I'm making right after the video that I just made. So I was thinking really intensely about that idea about what character is. What is character? And I just kind of settled on where I was and stopped filming videos. I want to continue refining this idea or developing this idea later, but I'm not going to try. And what I mean by that is like I'm not going to try to develop this idea. I'm going to allow this idea to develop like naturally. There's an idea, or a story almost, that Alan Watts said, I heard in one of his lectures, about how when he was a child, he was sitting next to this kid who had difficulty reading. And when he would read, he would groan and, he would moan and groan, strain himself as if he was hoisting enormous weights. So, when he would read, he would be like, see, spot, run, Like, you can see what I'm doing with my face. You can see the effort in my face. But the idea that producing a muscular contraction to try to the idea of physically trying to like read or produce an idea through a muscular contraction is really funny. Because that doesn't help at all. It doesn't help at all. If anything, it distracts you from actually developing the idea further, or doing whatever you need to do. Like when you try to remember something, like in that same lecture, Alan Watts was talking about when he forgets something, he doesn't try to remember. He allows himself to remember what he forgot, because he knows that he knows his body knows, and he knows he has the idea in him, the thought in him, whatever. So when you try to remember something, what do? You squeeze your forehead really hard, and you physically try to remember something. You use your muscles. That's effort. You try. But what he does, and what I've started doing, and it helps me remember things like way faster. I haven't forgotten anything yet. When I did forget something, is you simply do this. You don't try. You allow yourself to remember.
Yeah.
So he, basically the example he gave was he says he will sit and just sit still, and he will say to himself, come on, body, I know you've got the answer, now give it to me. And they'll just sit there until he remembers it. And it's funny because it seems so contrary to what everybody does. You need to try to remember. But no, it actually works. You just allow yourself to remember whatever it is that you're trying to remember. So by trying to remember, you actually hinder yourself and make it more difficult to remember. I remember I saw a video by Elliot Hulse a few years ago, kind of with an idea that's really applicable here. And that is the idea of looking for something in a room. So in this example he gave, the room is dark. And you have two options. You can either flick on the lights, or you can look for it with a flashlight. So looking for it with a flashlight is the example of concentrating and trying to do something. When you concentrate, what do? You concentrate, you know, when you're having trouble reading, what do? You concentrate more. You do this with your face. When you allow yourself to remember something, what do? Instead of doing this, your face opens, you know, it expands. In the same idea that looking for something in a dark room with a flashlight, you can only look at that one particular spot. You know, you're concentrating really hard, but when you allow yourself to remember something, or you allow something to happen, you simply flick on the lights and you can see everything, and you'll just be like, oh, it's right over there, you know, because you allowed it to happen. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to allow myself to develop this idea further and hopefully make a future video on that. Peace.